Here's a look at the new Vintage Collection Deluxe Boba Fett from Tatooine. So here's a look at the box that the figure comes in. It's the new deluxe style box that we just saw for a couple different releases, and I will say that in hand, I like this box a lot more than I thought I would. It's a little smaller than I thought it'd be. It's the same dimensions as a card back in the Vintage Collection, so it isn't that big, and it feels a lot better in hand. This is Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett, and it has that logo at the top. This is specified as his Tatooine look, so it's nice that we get Tatooine as the background on the box. And there's a sticker on the front showing off the firing rocket accessory that is very reminiscent of that old vintage Kenner Boba Fett sticker, the one that marketed the rocket firing Boba Fett that never came. If we take a look at the back of the box, we can see a closer look at that image from the front, and it looks really nice. This was a great way to show off the figure. And if we look down on the left side, we can see an image that shows off all of the accessories you get from this deluxe set. I will say I prefer when these deluxe boxes include a larger accessory, something like we saw with the E-Web blaster, and not just a figure with a bunch of smaller accessories, but this is still nice. Looking at the sides of the box, we can see an image that nicely shows off the figure without the helmet, and an image that shows the two beat-up Stormtrooper helmet accessories that this set comes with. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this box open and see what the packaging is like on the inside. Alright, so this is plastic-free packaging, which means on the inside everything is wrapped in cardboard and paper. The figure is held in place in a little cardboard sleeve that you can slide it right out of, and the accessories are kept in two small paper bags. I don't think this looks terrible, but I don't think it looks awfully deluxe either, so let's go ahead and get the figure out of this box and get a look at it loose. Here's the figure out of the box with all of the accessories put together, and it looks really good. I'm very happy with this figure now that I have it in hand. I thought it looked good from the promo shots, but it looks even better when you have it in person. Like we said earlier when we were looking at the box, this figure is based on Boba Fett's look in the Book of Boba Fett, and unlike the Black Series version of that figure, this one comes with accurate legs. I think they look really good, and on that Black Series figure, I said I thought soft good integration might make them look better, and I think that's definitely the case on this one. The soft good skirt on this looks really nice and adds that texture that was needed into the leg piece. Moving up to the top of the figure, the helmet looks pretty good for being removable, way better at least than the older Boba Fett helmets we used to get. I still don't think it looks quite as nice as that new Return of the Jedi Boba Fett that we got recently, but unlike that one, this helmet is removable, so I'll cut it a little bit of slack. Now, the biggest downside to this helmet, and probably the whole figure, is the unarticulated rangefinder. I've said before, my expectation is that every figure that comes with a rangefinder, it should be posable on, and that's still what I think here. There's no reason that on this deluxe Boba Fett, we don't get a rangefinder that can pose, especially since we've seen him use it so many times across the movies and shows now. Now, that doesn't ruin the whole figure for me, but it's definitely not good, and it's not something I want to see on any other Boba Fetts that we get released. If we take a look under the helmet, the face sculpt is great. Photoreal can sometimes be hit or miss on these human figures, but this one honestly might be the best one that we've seen them do. It looks so good, so realistic, and so much like Tamora Morrison that it's crazy to think it's only a 3.75 figure. Turning the figure around, we can see that the jetpack has a peg that inserts into the hole in the back of the figure. It fits pretty nicely in there and looks really good once it's on. That jetpack also comes with some of the main accessory pieces, including a rocket piece with a flame underneath that makes it look like it's been launched, and two other flame accessories that plug into the boosters, making it look like Boba Fett is taking off. I wish this deluxe set came with a stand that you could hold Boba above the ground in, making it look like he's flying with that jetpack, but even without that, these accessories still look pretty good. The figure comes with two blasters, his blaster pistol and his iconic EE3 blaster. They both have more detailed paint applications than we normally see on TVC weapons, and I'm really happy for that. I think these weapons weapons look way better when they have details like that, and it's just not something we usually see anymore, so I'm really happy to get it here. That being said, I have had some issues fitting these blasters into the hand, specifically into the right hand. The trigger finger that they put on that hand doesn't quite fit around the trigger of either of the weapons for me. I don't know if that's just something that's going on my figure, or if this is a wider spread thing. Either way, I'm not too happy with it, but I have been able to still make the weapons look good in the figure's hand, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, my two favorite accessories that this figure comes with are the beat-up Stormtrooper helmets. They have some very nice printing on them for all the scuffs and cracks that you can see, and the molds are actually damaged and different from just your regular Stormtrooper mold. They're deformed and have cuts in them, and they even have ball joints underneath the helmet. So if you want to take a helmet off your regular Stormtrooper and put one of these on, you can do that, and it looks really nice. Now, really quick, I just wanted to get a look at this figure next to the new Fennec Shand figure that we saw get released. That figure looks really great as well, and they look really good next to each other. Final thoughts on this figure: I think it looks great. It's one of the best looking 3.75-inch figures ever. I don't just mean in TVC. I mean across any of the lines. You can feel free to disagree with me, but this thing looks so accurate to how it looks in the show, and so good and detailed all around. The paint is awesome, the color is awesome, the accessories are really nice. I have no complaints about any of that except for that rangefinder. I really wish it was posable. If it was, this would be almost a perfect figure. Even still, I think this is a really great figure, and that makes me really sad that it's locked behind a deluxe price point, because I don't think this is a deluxe figure. In my opinion, the deluxe releases need to be saved for things like we saw with the E-Web cannon, a figure with a large accessory or multiple large accessories that can go with it. Some really good examples of this were that scanning crew pack that we saw released in TVC almost a decade ago. That's a perfect time to do a deluxe set. You get 2 figures, you get a crate full of accessories, it's awesome. But here, it just feels like a figure with a few extra accessories is getting locked behind a price point that's double the cost of a regular figure. Is that worth it? In my opinion, no. I really don't think this figure is worth that much. Do I still love the figure? Am I still happy to have gotten one? Yes, I am, but that might not be the case for everyone, especially when you're getting a figure that isn't coming on a card back. So yes, I am really happy with the figure. I think it's one of the best ones that they've ever released, but I'm not happy with how it was released, or the price point that they released it at. That's something that I really hope we don't see continue as a trend. For another look at this figure, other figures, vehicles, and playsets from across the Star Wars lines, be sure to check out the Jedi Collector on Instagram. Link will be in the description.